This is an Eco Resin tutorial in our new flower border tray mold that we made specifically for Eco Resin. We're using Bond Craftor Casting Powder along with their water-based green ink, some Holo chunky mix in Espresso Martini by Glitter Hippo, and some sparkle bronze mica from Funshine Color Shop. And what I'm doing there is just laying out some of the glitter. I don't use glass anymore in Eco Resin because the pockets it leaves are just basically holes. And I find that the chunky glitter leaves some little holes, but it sparkles like crazy and it looks really good. We created these Eco Resin molds with matte surfaces on the front and the sides, and with a little border around it that you could fill with mica or glitter or crushed glass. In the rectangle sample video I already did, for that mold I used glass, and on this one I'm going to use some of this chunky glitter. I mixed up 400 grams of powder and 120 grams of water, and it was a little too much for this. I did this pour before with only 200 grams of powder, so I'm thinking 250 is probably more reasonable for this mold filling. I ended up doing a totally other dish with the remainder that I had left over. But you just kind of whip it up here and it looks a lot like pancake batter. But you want to get it smooth. They say recommend to mix it for like 30 seconds to a minute. And there I started off with 8 drops of the green. It's just a water-based ink that comes from Bond Craftor. I add 3 more and then 4 more drops. So what is that? Like 12 total drops. And as you'll see, it's a nice green color there, but I've found with this Eco Resin that the color fades as it dries. I haven't found a good way to really deeply color a piece yet. I was going to marble it, but I didn't think that would look good on top of the glitter, so I just poured it as a straight color. And of course, it only takes like 30 minutes to cure, which is fun. You can see your finished result pretty fast when you use casting powder by Bond Crafters, which is an Eco Resin. There you want to tap the sides just to loosen up any air bubbles, although with these pieces, the bubbles and the cracks kind of add to the finished piece. And there I am just adding a little bit more, after I'd already poured extra in another mold. And then it's time to demold. I've noticed when it's ready, the sides just pull away really easily. And see how that glitter looks so cool? The bronze powder just kind of sparkles as well. This glitter has colors of coppers and golds in it. And there I just mixed up 20 ml of fast cure resin. And I'm using that same Holo chunky mix in Espresso Martini from Glitter Hippo. And I also add in a little bit of Holo Mylar Flakes in As Good as Gold, also by Glitter Hippo. And what I found too, this glitter is a little not chunky enough. I did another piece with super chunky glitter and it really showed up well in those edges. It sparkles like crazy in person, but when you try to photograph it, it doesn't show up that well. I do like using the crushed glass in the borders. And like I said, the reason we created these molds was instead of just having a one-dimensional piece, this is adding a little something to it. You could put a contrasting mica color there. You could put a different resin color there, regular resin. You could put the glitter, or you could put glass or crystals if you wanted to. It just gives you another way to be creative. And I'm just using one of those little cups there that have a spout to get the resin into that little border area. And of course you have to let the resin dry for the normal resin time, whether it's 12 or 24 hours. And I'm just using a toothpick there to make sure it's going into all the little nooks and crannies. But I love this flower shape. You guys will have to let us know what you think about it too. We are creating this mold in a bigger shape that's going to be glossy, and I can't wait to do flower blooms in this mold, the bigger size. Look how sparkly all that glitter is. So next time you do an Eco Resin pour, try one out in our flower border tray mold to make yours look as good as this one.